Hi friends, and welcome back to Rustic and Lace DIY. Today I am collaborating with my original collaboration group. I'll let you know more about that in a few minutes, but first of all, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Brenda, and this is my Oliver, and if you're returning, you know we love you. So with all that being said, let's get to crafting. Okay, here's DIY number 1. So for this DIY, I'm going to use my Waverly chalk paints in the color ink and crimson. I'm also going to use my folk art home decor chalk paint in the color antique green, and then that metallic gold. Some Jingle bells that I have. This beautiful velvet ribbon I've had in my stash for I don't even know how long. I don't even know where I got it. This Jingle All the Way stencil I got last year off of Amazon. And then 2 of these wood plank signs from Dollar Tree. So I started off by removing the hangers from those signs, and I am just using some giant craft sticks. I think these are the giant, not the jumbo, from Walmart. Now they have 2 different big sizes. I believe it's the jumbo that's bigger than the giant. I don't know. I get confused. I can't remember. One's bigger than the other. But I'm just using my wood glue and hot glue to attach those signs together. And then I painted both the front and the back with my ink color. Once they were dry, I took that stencil and I am taping it down in the middle of my sign, but I am making a 1-inch, I don't know what you want to call it. I'm making it to where there's an inch from the tape to the edge because I want to make it look like a faux frame. So after I had it all taped off, I took my crimson color and a stencil brush here, and I'm just dabbing that crimson color all over the word Jingle. And as I was getting close to those snowflakes, I'm like, okay, I know myself too well. I am going to get red on those snowflakes. So I went ahead and took some painter's tape and taped them off because there was just very little space between those snowflakes and that line there. And as I'm doing this, I'm like, wait, this line looks weird. And then I realized, oh, I had taped over my stencil. So I removed my tape here and then finished off that stencil. And then after I had a good coverage there, I'm going to take my antique green, and this is a beautiful color, by the way, and I'm going to go over all the way with that color. Then I took my gold and I'm going to go over the snowflakes, being very careful not to mix that gold in with that red. And I think I got a little spot that had a little bit of red on it, but you can't really tell, and it looks good. So after I had those snowflakes all done, I removed all my tape here. No, I didn't. I went over the border of my picture with that gold color. Then I removed my painter's tape here, and I removed my stencil. Look how pretty that was. Then I took this ribbon. Now I cut 2 different sizes. I cut 1 longer and then 2 that are a little bit smaller. I didn't measure them, guys. I just kind of eyed it. Then I'm dovetailing the ends. You just fold and cut in half or cut downward. Now I'm just going to use some hot glue here, and I'm going to glue this together. So I just folded it and I just added the hot glue on the bottom, and then I'm just adding the top part of that into that glue, and then I'm going to do the same on this side of it or the other side of my ribbon. And I did that with all 3 of those pieces. After that, I just hot glued them to the back of my sign, just like you see me doing right there. And then I turned it around and I took these little Jingle bells, and I'm taking that little mallet and I'm tapping down the little piece that sticks out. And then I'm using my Fix-All glue to attach them to that ribbon. And these things, it didn't take much to get those little pieces, those raised areas to go down. And yeah, so then after that, I took some of this ribbon, I cut off the edge, the gold on the edge, I cut it in half, folded it and cut it, and then folded those in half and cut them. So I'm just going to hot glue them all the way around my picture here. And then I decided it needed a little more of the snowflakes, so I went ahead and added some more snowflakes using that gold color. And then I'm just taking my big mouth crocodile, making a couple of holes here. And then I took that gold that I cut off of the ribbon, and I'm going to use that as the hanger. So I put it through those holes, tied knots on the end, and that's all there was. I figured, why waste it, right? It had to match. Oh, I wasn't done. I forgot. I added a few jingle bells on the corner of my sign, and there it is. I love how this came out. I think it is so pretty, and that red velvet. Oh my goodness. Oh, by the way, I did add some gold cording around the inside part of that ribbon. I'm sorry I didn't show that, but there it is. Okay, this is the Jingle Bells collaboration, and every month we get together. This is my original collaboration group, and it's hosted by Krista with Krista's Crafty Life. This month's co-host is Shantell with Crafty Hints. So I'll have links to the playlist in Krista's channel and Shantell's channel in my description box, so make sure you check them out. Okay, here's DIY number 2. So for this DIY, I'm going to use the same color gold here and then my ink by Waverly. And then I'm going to use some more jingle bells here because this is all jingle bell themed. And I'm going to use 2 of these 8-inch chunky slats from Dollar Tree. And then I'm going to use some of these letters from Hobby Lobby. I went to go show you the price, $1.29 for 2. And then I realized, wait a minute, some of these are $2.49 and some of them are $1.29. I should have looked more thoroughly to see if I could have found any more $1.29s. But I've heard that happens. So make sure when you buy things from Hobby Lobby, you're looking at all the prices. And then some of this vinyl I got last year from Hobby Lobby at Christmas time. So I started off by taking my letters and I traced them out on the back of the vinyl and then cut it out. And then I painted the back sides and just around the edges of the words with the gold, and then painted those 2 chunky slats with the black. Then I did this. Now I'm using some Fix-All glue and going around because this vinyl is removable vinyl. So I thought, okay, this will be better to add some glue. No, I would not recommend doing this because you'll see in the final reveal, it's puckered up. The vinyl puckered up where that glue is. So yeah, not a great idea. So yeah, don't do that. I don't know if it's that kind of glue because it seems like I've used glue before. I think I used super glue before and it didn't do that. So maybe this glue is just too thick. I'm not sure. So I took some of that Fix-All glue and hot glue, and I'm going to attach those 2 wood pieces together. Then I'm going to take some of those little cubes from Dollar Tree. I painted them all black. I should have showed this before. I forgot that I was going to need them. I took some of that gold cord. I think you can get this at Walmart or maybe even Hobby Lobby. I think I've seen them at one, maybe both places. But I just strung some jingle bells on that cord and tied a knot on the end, and I'm going to glue this to the back of my O. Then I'm taking those little cubes there, and I'm just going to hot glue them to the back, 2 to each letter. And then I'm going to glue those to the little black chunky strips. Chunkies, what are they called? I don't know. The wood piece there. How's that? And then I just made a little bow with that cording again, and I put that right above the O there, and there it is. I think it's really cute, except for I'm really bummed about the puckering on the letters, but it's still, I love the way it came out. You have to let me know what you think about this one as well. Okay, I always like to take this moment to thank my subscribers, because without you, there wouldn't be me, and I appreciate you so much. And if you're new here, I just invite you to hit that red subscribe button, become part of our YouTube family, and then make sure you guys give me that thumbs up, comment, and watch those ads. That does help my channel grow. And if you'd like to follow me on social media, you can find the links to my social media accounts as well as my affiliate accounts in the description box as well. Okay, here's DIY number 3. So for this DIY, I'm going to use Waverly chalk paint in the color ink. I'm also going to use my Chalk Couture chalk paste in the colors Shimmer Harvest, Moss, and the next one I believe is Cherry. And then I'm going to use this transfer. This is not, I don't think we offer this anymore. It's called I Heard the Bells. I don't know if this was last year's or the years before. And then this I got from Goodwill, this little plaque here. I got it for 99 cents at Goodwill. Couldn't pass that up. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm going to start off by painting that whole thing black. And then I decide to go around the trim of it with my crimson color. Once it was all dry, I'm taking my stencil now. Since this is the first time I've used this transfer, I did fuzz it. I fuzzed it about 5 times. I am going to lay it in place where I want it. I probably should have fuzzed it just a little bit more because it did pull up some of my paint. If you're not familiar with Chalk Couture, it is an adhesive transfer. It has silk screen in the middle. And we fuzz it. Basically, that just means we put it on and off of a fuzzing cloth. That way it doesn't pull up your paint. But for some reason, it still pulled up my paint this time. But anyways, I took my moss color here and I'm just going over the greenery part of my stencil. And then I'm going to take my cherry color. I'm going to go over the berries, and then I'm going to use my Shimmer Harvest on the rest. Now I'm lifting up in between because I don't want that chalk paste to dry. When it dries on your silk screen and you go to pull it up, then it will pull it up from the image. So if you pull up in between, then that allows it to dry on your surface and not as much on your silk screen. So if you have never tried Chalk Couture, if you're interested in it and think it looks cool, which I love it, I am a designer. I do have a link in my description box. You can go check it all out. I usually do recommend that if you want to try it, a good way to start is by doing the Chalk Couture Club, which is $21.99 a month. You get an exclusive 8x11 transfer each month with 3 coordinating chalk paste. I think it's always a great way to get started. You get a transfer that nobody else can buy. It only goes to those who are part of the Chalk Couture Club. And it's just kind of a great way to get your feet wet and see if you like it. You do have to sign up for at least 3 months once you sign up for that. But after that, you can cancel at any time. So if you would like more information about it or have any questions, you can always email me about it, or you can ask questions on here. It's easier to email me because then I can respond a little better. But yeah, check it out. And look how beautiful that turned out. So then I had these bells in my stash, and I think I got them a couple years ago, but I'm just going to remove the top part. It comes off really easy, and I'm going to save like the greenery stuff because I'm going to be using that for this project. But I'm just going to tear that off. Once I tore the material off, you can feel a little bit of the glue residue. So I just took my little finger sander here and just kind of gave it a good sanding, and then that way it sanded off all that glue and made it a nice soft, smooth surface. I had to go through the back a little bit because there was like some dried glue on the back. Anyways, I took my bells and I painted them with the white, and then I went over with the gold. After that, I took my sign out to the garage and I drilled 2 holes on the bottom. And then I'm going to take some of this cord before I do anything else. I'm taking some of this gold cord and I'm just going to glue this all around my sign, just like this. Now this cord is like stretchy, you can stretch it. So I tried not to stretch it. I didn't want to have it, tight because then I figured it might not glue on as well. But I did do this now. Yeah, I made a mess with this because I just had hot glue going everywhere. And Kathy Jo sent me a detailed hot glue gun. I just need to get it out and I need to make room for it so I can use it because I kept thinking, why am I not using that? Yes, that would have worked better. Anyways, after that was all done, I took some floral wire and I strung it through the holes and strung it through the bells, and then I'm just twisting it and then just kind of tightening it there. Then I took some of the greenery that came off of these bells. I am twisting the wire or the berries that had the little stem on them, twisting it all around it. If you don't have that, you could always use floral wire too. And then I'm going to make 2 little bows with this buffalo check ribbon from Dollar Tree. I just made it just like a shoelace bow there. And then I'm going to cut the ends and dovetail, of course, because that just finishes the look on your bows. And then I'm going to hot glue it to the top of my bell, but I guess I'm going to hot glue this first. So I hot glued the little greenery piece and then put the bows above it. And then what do? Oh, and then I took a jingle bell, a couple jingle bells, and I used some super glue and then my accelerant that just helps it adhere faster. Only takes about 10 seconds. Then I just took some braided gold cord I had here and stapled it to the back for a hanger, and there it is. I love how this came out. I think it is so pretty. You have to let me know what you think about this one as well. Okay, so it is a time for celebration of your recreations. And Lynn has been busy making some Christmas decor, and they're all so cute. Thank you so much for sharing these with us, Lynn. And if you have a creation or a recreation that you would like me to showcase for you, you can send pictures to my email address that's listed there, or you can send them to me through Instagram or Facebook Messenger. I always love seeing what you guys are up to. Okay, here is DIY number 4. This is super easy, you guys. Well, pretty easy. I'm going to use some jingle bells. Now, I ended up having to use more than that, because, and I'll tell you why in a minute. I'm going to use this. This is a glass cutting board from Dollar Tree, and I'm just showing you it says cutting board there. And then I'm going to use one of these candle holders from Dollar Tree that's been in my stash for a while. And then my spray paints in the color hunter green and apple red and black. These are all from Walmart. I'm going to start off by taking my super glue here and putting it all around the top part of my candlestick, and then I'm going to add my cutting board here and use that accelerant. Now that accelerant, I have it in my Amazon store if you're interested in it, but you just spritz it after you add super glue and hold it for like 10 seconds, and then it adheres. After that, I took it out and I spray painted it with my black, and then I spray painted the jingle bells with the green and the red. I should have done this before I painted it, but I didn't think about it. But I'm taking these shears and I'm cutting off the little thing on the bottom of the bells because they weren't wanting to sit flat. So I'm just cutting these off so that way they sit more flat and even. After I was all done with that, I just took my Fix-All glue here and I just rotated the colors, and I'm just gluing them all onto my little stand. Now, after I got this all done, I thought, it doesn't look right. It doesn't look as good as I was thinking it was gonna look. So I ran to Walmart because I didn't have enough bells, and I got these bells and I painted them the next day. And I'm just using the super glue and the accelerant to attach these. Now, I wish I would have had these more at an angle because the very last one didn't quite fit all the way, so I had to angle it, and I really liked the way that looked. And I thought, why didn't I do all of these more at an angle? Because they have that cute little snowflake on them. But yeah, it is what it is. Now I just have that napkin in there because when I spray the accelerant, it goes everywhere. And I was just kind of trying to soak it up with that napkin. That's the only reason why that napkin is there. But once I had that all done and had super glue all over my fingers, I dried it all up, and I took some of that gold paint, and I just decided it needed a little bit more detail to it. So I'm just adding gold all around the rim of that cutting board. And then I also did it on the base of my candle stand. And look how cute that is. I love how this came out. I think it's so fun. You have to let me know what you think about it as well. And that, of course, that is my favorite Bath & Body Works candle of all times. Fresh Balsam. Oh, I love it. I have it in my craft room, and I just love the way it smells. Okay, here is your final reveal, you guys. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Make sure you check out Krista and Shantell's channels as well as the playlist. Show them all some love. I will be back again on Sunday with the What Would You Make challenge that I'm now hosting. I can't wait. It's so much fun. So make sure you have those notification bells set for that. And with all that, you guys, I hope you have a blessed weekend, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.